Hello and welcome to Premier League Game Week 7 predictions. It all starts tonight with Bournemouth versus Fulham. Last game before the international break as well, Chelsea Liverpool as well tomorrow night. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you do enjoy these Premier League predictions. And let's just dive straight into the predictions. So Bournemouth Fulham it is then tonight, and Bournemouth will be lucky to win this at the Vitality. Two times they've played have been draws. Fulham losing, unfortunately, to Aston Villa, who they just hit them at the wrong time with something to prove after not scoring in a ton of games. Bournemouth in 6th, Fulham in 11th, sorry. Bournemouth did win this back on the 14th of April by a 0-0, 2-2 draw back on the 29th of December. Bournemouth have got a good home head-to-head record against Fulham. Andoni Iraola will be looking to win this. As I said, they have drew their last two games. I'll go back Bournemouth to win this. I think it'd be a nice 2-1 home victory for the Cherries in this one, and they will get over the line against Fulham in this one. So yeah, back in Bournemouth to win this by 2-1 over Fulham in this one. To the 12:30 kickoff we go on the Saturday, and it is Leeds taking on Tottenham. Should be a good game this, despite what has happened. Spurs still unbeaten the last 5, have drawn 3 of them, mind you, and they have only beaten Villarreal and Doncaster, which weren't even in the Premier League. So back-to-back draws for them in the Premier League. Leeds did beat Wolves, drew at home to Bournemouth last week, a good point for them. Yeah, Leeds will be up for this, I imagine, at 12:30. It's on the TV. Spurs will have to come here and have to play some decent football if they are to get all 3 points in this one. Last time they did play, it was a 4-1 win for Spurs back in 2023 on the 20th of May, when Sam Allardyce was trying to keep Leeds up on the final day. 4-3 back at Spurs on the 12th of November. In that one, 4th versus 12th. I'm actually going to back Thomas Frank's side in this one to win this. I don't know why, I've just got a funny feeling they will win it. I'm going to back Spurs in this one to get over the line. I'm going for a nice 3-1 away victory. I just don't think Leeds might not be quite up for this game. I think Spurs will quite comfortably roll them over. So yeah, back in Tottenham to win this by 3-1 over Leeds in this one. Into the 2 of the 3 o'clockers, where has the game gone? Arsenal take on West Ham is the first one. John Brooks is refereeing this one at the Emirates. Arsenal unbeaten in the last 5 matches. They did draw at home to Manchester City's their only draw in there. They have plans to play some Carabao Cup and Champions League action in there. West Ham get a very good point away at Everton Monday night. Deserved point for the Hammers in this one. Can Nuno play a similar style of football and try and get something off Arsenal in this one? He didn't seem to do it with Forest last season, but this one, last time they did play, it was a 1-0 away win for West Ham over Arsenal, and it was a 5-2 win back on the 30th of November, and then 6-0 back in February 2024 at West Ham. Arsenal have won this fixture on 21 occasions of the 30 times these sides have played. A few injuries. Gabriel might be picked up a knock. We know Havertz and Madueke are both out. Saka is back. I'm going to back the Arsenal in this one. Go for a nice 2-1 home win, just because I think Nuno will keep it tight, quite defensive. Forest. I keep saying Forest because it's Nuno. It's West Ham. Arsenal will beat West Ham in this one, and I think will be quite easy win, kind of, but a 2-1 is never easy. So yeah, backing Arsenal wins by 2-1 over Nuno's West Ham. Manchester United take on Sunderland now then. Sunderland, very, very good start, very good. They've looked attacking and very decent defensively. You would probably expect that to dissipate as the season goes on, but it's great to see Sunderland doing really, really well as Leeds as well. Burnley maybe need to pick up a little bit if they are going to stay up. 5th place for them at the moment. Man United down in 14th under Ruben Amorim. Kind of a similar crappy start for him and his side. Only the 39% win percentage. Yeah, 39% for Ruben Amorim. It needs to pick up for him and his Manchester United side. Last time these sides played in the Premier League was a 2016-17 season. It was a 3-1 home win for Manchester United in this one. There was a 3-0 away win for United back in 17. No Martinez, no Mazraoui. Few injuries knocking about the place for Manchester United. I am going to back Manchester United, though. I think it might be a bit of a goal fest, this one. I'm actually going to back a 3-1 1. Manchester United winning this one. I think it'd be tight. Maybe they go behind early or something. But yeah, backing United to beat Sunderland by 3-1 in this one. I hope I'm wrong. But yeah, I love Sunderland to win, but I just think United might click into gear against a newly promoted side, even though Sunderland have started very well. But backing United to win 3-1. Now into the game of the weekend, and it's Chelsea taking on Liverpool. Liverpool lost back-to-back games at Palace and Galatasaray, respectively, in the Champions League and the Premier League. So they'll be looking to respond. For this one, no Alisson until the end of November, I think Fabrizio Romano said. So, yeah, that's not great for them. Liverpool did beat Chelsea last season 2-1, but Chelsea did beat them on the 4th of May 3-1. They're already champions by that point. 11 wins for Chelsea, 16 draws and 14 wins for Liverpool. In the head-to-heads, Liverpool are top of the table at the moment. Chelsea down in 8th with just the 8 points. 8 points from an 8th position at the moment. Yeah, not great for Chelsea so far this season. We're looking to win, looking to go on to 11 points if they can win this at home. I have a feeling they will win it because Liverpool have got a few injuries knocking about. Alisson, I think they'll have to play Mamardashvili, who is a good goalkeeper, the Georgian. But I think he proved it in the Euro 2024, didn't he? I am actually going to back Chelsea in this one over Liverpool. I think Chelsea will get over the line. Yes, they've got a few injuries themselves, but I think Liverpool don't look great at the moment. I think start of the season, yes, they won all them games, but still, I think they're struggling. I'll go back Chelsea to win this by 2-1 over Liverpool in this one. And yeah, Chelsea can get their season back on track in this one. And I think they're going to beat Liverpool by 2-1 here. Into Sunday's games then, and it is the 4 of the 2 o'clockers. I think this is all just down to Europe, and the first one is Aston Villa taking on Burnley. Very, very good couple of wins for Aston Villa, recently beating Fulham 3-1 last Sunday and then beating Feyenoord 2-0 as well. Very solid wins for Aston Villa in that one. 3-2 win over Burnley last time they played back on the 30th of December 2023. And then it was back on the 27th of August. Villa won that 3-1 as well. Villa still just outside the relegation places. Burnley with a win could go above Aston Villa, but I doubt it. Yeah, this one's a tough one to call. No Mings, he's out again until October. Tielemans is out and Arna's out, as we know. Them ones are I'm going to back Aston Villa in this one. They've finally started to click under Unai Emery finally this season after that goalless drought. I'm going to back Villa to win this by 2-0 over Burnley in this one. And yeah, Villa back to winning ways and back comfortably to winning ways with a 2-0 win over Burnley and Scott Parker in this one. Everton Palace is another one of the 2 o'clockers. This one is on Sky Sports Premier League. This one is on one of the main channels. Everton, last time they did play 1-2-1 away at Palace back on the 15th of February. Everton went back at home at Goodison, of course, last season. This one is taking place at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, back-to-back home games for Everton. 2 drop points, you could say, for David Moyes' side against West Ham in the week. He'll be looking to do a bit better than that. Everton currently sit 9th, Palace sit 3rd. What do I back in this one? Ooh, there is a few injuries. No Dewsbury Hall, he's suspended due to his yellows. Everton could move within 1 point of Palace with a win here. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be more draw troubles for Everton this season. I'm going to back another 1-1 draw between these two sides in this one. And yeah, Everton and Palace to play out a 1-1 draw in this one. So yeah, a bit of a ball draw, a bit of a boring 1-1 between these two mid-table Premier League sides. They're kind of doing okay at the moment though. Newcastle take on Forest, which is the main game at 2 o'clock, and Big Angie's going to need a big result after losing 3-2 to Midtjylland last night. Not great at all. 1-0 loss at home to Sunderland. Hasn't won in his first 6 games as Nottingham Forest boss. Newcastle thrashing Union Saint-Gilloise in Belgium in the week by 4-0. Did lose at home to Arsenal, a bit inconsistent. Newcastle and Eddie Howe so far this season. It was a dramatic 4-3 home win for Newcastle last season, wasn't it? 3-1 win for Newcastle back in November 24. This one's a tough one because both sides haven't started the best. We know Forest are down in 17th, Newcastle down in 15th at the moment. I'm going to back the Geordies in this one. I think this one might be a bit of a goal fest. I'm going to back the Geordies to win this by 3-2, and Big Ant will go searching for another win. Forest could Mr. Marinakis really get rid of Ange this early into his reign? Newcastle win this by 3-2 in this one over Forest, though, and get a win on the board finally in the Premier League for them, as well, they've already got one against Wolves, but another one. Wolves-Brighton is the final game. This one is on Sky Sports Mix. I think this is what is included within the more Sky Premier League games this year, and it is just more games at 2 o'clock, of course, due to Europe. But Wolves-Brighton on a Sunday at 2. No team's been in Europe this week. Brighton, anyway, did beat Chelsea last week 3-1. That was due to the red card mainly, wasn't it? 1-1 draw for Wolves last week. It'd be interesting to see if Vitor Pereira sticks with the back 4 instead of the back 3 for Wolves, as that seemed to work in their last 2 games against Spurs and Everton, respectively. Brighton did win this back on the 10th of May 2-0. It was a 2-2 draw back on the 26th of October. 10 wins for Brighton, 10 draws, and 4 wins for Wolves. In the head-to-head records, a few missing. Matoma looks like he's had so many injury problems of late. Veltman is also out for Brighton in this one. I'm going to back Brighton and Hove Albion. Despite Wolves' little turn to form recently after winning the Cup and drawing at Spurs, I'm going to back Brighton to win this 2-0 away from home. I still think Wolves are going to be absolutely dreadful. And that is why I'm backing Brighton to win this 2-0 away at Molineux here. And Brighton comfortably winning this by 2-0 Wolves. And then the half-4 game isn't really a great one. It's Brentford taking on Manchester City. It could be a good one. It depends if Man City turn up or not. Because Manchester City need to turn up. Otherwise, they're in massive, massive trouble. I think Brentford could beat them. They beat Manchester United last week 3-1. Man City played in the week to Monaco 2-2 draw. Not great there after conceded the last-minute penalty. City currently sits 7th in the Premier League, still behind Sunderland and the likes of Spurs, Bournemouth, Palace, all of them. And they need to climb to third, just behind the other 2 teams, best 2 teams in the league of Liverpool and Arsenal. 2-2 draw last time they played on the 14th of January was a 2-1 home win for Manchester City on the 14th of September. That was when Thomas Frank was back in charge of Brentford. I think Brentford might struggle a bit here. They currently sit 13th in the league, though. Very good win over Manchester United last time out. Thomas Frank, Keith Andrews seems to be doing an okay job there at the moment, but I am going to back Manchester City and Pep Guardiola and go back for them for a 3-0 away win. I think it could be just one of those games where Man City just run away with it, quite frankly. Back in Man City to win this by 3-0 over Brentford in this one quite comfortably, I would have to say. So 3-0 City over Brentford. Thank you very much for watching my Game Week 7 Premier League predictions. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. And I'll speak to you all on the next one, which will be if I review on Monday. So, don't forget to like, share, subscribe for that. And I'll speak to you all on the next one.